Mr. Rivers, you've been sticking your nose into my business, interfering with affairs that just does not concern you. I'm going to put a stop to it, and I'm going to put a stop to it right now. Really? Do you think that those monkey tricks are going to help you against all these boys? Well, you know, Mr. Dorset, I'm not really worried about all these men. Really? Really?
Did you know he's brain dead and the family's going to pull the plug?
Sheriff, I'm sorry to hear this about Mr. Dorset. I wish this problem could have been resolved in a peaceful way, but in life, things don't always work out the way we want it. I just came to ask some questions on Mr. Charles Meadows. I thought maybe you can give me some answers.
Boy, mister, you got lucky. You took us by surprise. You ain't gonna be lucky this time, boy. We're gonna bust you up. You hear me?
You caught us by surprise. It's gonna be a different story this time.
Dad, I just want to thank you for standing behind me all these years. And, well, I just had trouble getting out of that mental hospital. We had a hearing coming up, and just like, my mother, she just died, just before the hearing.
Yeah, well, I'm real glad that you were able to, get here, even though you weren't here on time. And I realized what you had to go through to get out of the institution and everything to come here. So, I can accept what went on and why, you weren't here on time.
And I just appreciate you protecting my name. I had a good military record, and I'm just saying the people here, if they would know, they might be afraid to be around me.
Well, hopefully, your situation will keep improving, and you'll be able to come back and live a normal life with us and not have to be over there where you are.
Mr. Williams, pleased to meet you, sir. Please have a seat.
Well, yes, I got your letter.
Yes, sir.
What can I help you with?
Whew. Well, I am soon to be remarried, okay? My first wife died. There is now suspicion, of all things, of me having murdered her. All right? It's not the case. It didn't happen. All right? My fiancée is aware of this suspicion now. I've called you, sir, to help clear my name. I've read about your work, sir, in the papers, okay, on those other 2 cases. All right? Outstanding job. I said, if anybody can help me, it is you, sir. That's, sir, why you're here today.
Are you sure that I can help?
You are the man, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'll do what I can.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Look, when can we get together?
I'm on your schedule, sir. Please call me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you.
Yeah, Jim Benson, he drifts from my county to Sheriff Taylor's county, and he goes to all these banquets and parties and church socials, picnics, and he just drifts around and makes himself present at all these places. And he's just that type of guy. Just shows up.
You know, I think I can gather more information by just being around the people and listening to them talk. Like, well, let's just I suspect somebody. Well, they tell me one story one day and one the next. Now, what would you suggest? How do I talk to people like that, especially in a bar?
Well, you need to get them off to the side and not have them around a crowd of people. Get them over to one side, just one-on-one, you and them. And a lot of times they'll tell more than they would. They'll open themselves up more than they would being around a group of people. So you need to move them away and do a conversation with them off to the side.
Jim Benson, I missed you at that church homecoming. You must have another social activity. Well, how are you?
I'm doing all right today.
I see you got that dog on a short chain today.
Yeah, he's been kind of bothering people today. Had to put him on a little bit shorter chain.
You must be up front.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you had a lot of stuff to talk to me about.
I've been over in Thailand training in self-defense. They got some good instructors over there. I'm working the Jack Lannon case, and I need your help.
That's good. That's good. I think the old dog kind of misses him.
Yeah, I think so. So, I don't know what... Help me work the streets. Help me get the information I need.
these foreigners come over here and get their citizenship, and they start these gangs, and especially the Chinese, they got some rough ones because they do this karate stuff, and it looks important to these people, and they get into the gangs with them because they like that karate look, and they feel like, if they learn that, they'll be the greatest. So that entices them to join that karate stuff. And they come in and start these little groups, and that's not really good.
And I think that has a big impression on the younger people too.
Oh yeah, that's what the younger people like, that karate stuff.
I know we got gangs here, but still, that type of culture, it does have a lot of influence on younger people.
Yeah, they like that karate stuff. That's what draws them in.
And just like I'm saying, I ran into some of it, and I ended up in jail on account.
Yeah.
Mr. Meadows,
Yes, sir.
I know it's in the reports,
Right.
but I've got to hear from you. Can you tell me, how was your wife dressed the last time you seen her?
The last time I saw her, we had gone out to eat dinner, fine restaurant. She was wearing a fur coat, brown in color. She had a very nice black evening gown. She had her diamonds on. Had a nice diamond necklace for her and earrings. She had her hair up in a bun, and just looking quite elegant, really. Yes, black high heel shoes.
Well, what I want to ask, how was she dressed when the sheriff's office found her?
The same way. And I know that kind of puts me kind of there at the scene. But that's the way they found her, is the same way she was dressed when I last saw her, yes.
I made a career out of the military. And then after I retired, well, I met this lady and we got married, and well, we had some happy years together. And then when she passed on, I just haven't been closely involved with anybody, but I just try to get away from it all, going to these clubs and socializing with women. No, they won't get close to me. And I know that when we worked on this Will Simmons case, I met some women there that I'd kind of like to see again. And I guess the club's still open, is it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the band, and it was a good band, good group.
Well, it hadn't been that long since I was here last time, so I'm glad they got the same band.
You threw a kick to his stomach, knocking the breath out. Then when you had him where you wanted him, just like a kicker in football, trying for a goal, you did that karate kick, and you knocked him in the jaw so hard that you snapped his neck, driving his body to the ground. He was out of breath and out of commission, and you kept on in your...
Yes, Sergeant Scott, that's what happened. So I don't care to carry a gun. I guess you'd rather me just shoot him down. You just can't get any evidence that I did, man.
Tell me what happened.
What I know that Jay Clannon taught karate school. His other means of employment, he'd park his car 3 blocks down, and then he'd work the streets as a bum on the streets. He would intimidate people where they were afraid not to give him money. It's just what you say, robbery. Well, look at it. You know, Mr. Meadows, you know, when you and your wife went to that cafe,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me in detail just what type of clothes was she wearing that day?
So, she was wearing blue jeans. She had a blue jean jacket.
What type of shoes was she wearing?
Tennis shoes.
Well, can you tell me, was she wearing socks?
Socks? What does it matter if she was wearing socks or not?
Well, I just thought maybe that if some of the people in the cafe, if their story don't match up with yours, you know, they could be a suspect. I just need a lead to go on.
Ah. You are a great man of detail here, sir.
You know, these Chinese people, they got their own culture, and they come over here and set these neighborhoods up with gang members, and I'm just not going to have that kind of thing. They form these gangs and cause people trouble all the time, and I got to get rid of that.
What I'm saying is possibly Jack walked the streets in that area, and he tried to intimidate the gang into taking their money. And when it was money involved, well, they could have teamed up on him, possibly killed him, and possibly put him in the river. I walked down by the river where the boaters found the body a day before. If this turns out to be the body of Jess Lannon, my case is through. Even if it's foul play, this will be turned over to homicide.
He's an escaped mental patient from the state of New York. He's been tried and convicted for 2 murders. And who knows, he may have been involved in a dozen of them.
Doctor, what you're telling me is that the bone structure and the teeth matches the identity of Lamar Craven, not Jake Lennon. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Mr. Williams, this is like the 5th time you've inquired about my wife and what she was wearing. Why?
Well, you know, I'm a man that, you know, bases my case on reactions, and
Right.
I'm just trying to get a suspect.
A suspect? Mr. Williams, it seems like you're trying to make me out to be the suspect. I hired you to defend me, clear my name, not to make me out as a suspect.
Well,
That's already been already to be. Folks are starting to already suspect that.
well, what I'm saying is possibly some of the people at that cafe are suspects.
Oh,
And I'm just saying, if they can't give you an accurate opinion or description on what your wife to be was wearing, how could they could possibly give me the right description of what your past wife was wearing? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this case.
Well, it's like this, how you gonna make it on this retirement deal and all? Are there any certain things you gonna try to do, or as far as making money, extra or anything like that?
Well, I realize, you know, traveling a lot, it'd be more than what a normal
Yeah, it's
person
pretty
makes.
expensive.
But what I'm saying, just like I explained before, I'm growing my military pay and Social Security.
Yeah,
But most of all, when I travel, I try to get a part-time job. It gives me a chance to meet more people and save what money I have.
that's good.
And I could be sitting around playing rook or playing rummy or
Yeah,
whatever,
checkers, something like that.
checkers. But
Yeah,
I'm the type of person that just got to be active.
yeah. Well, it's better to keep yourself active if you can. That's why I've always liked to be an outdoorsman myself.
Well, I understand. I mean, well, just like when I met my wife and I spent time with her, I mean, that calmed me down a lot. But after she passed on, it just, I don't know, it just, I just got to go back to my old ways.
Otherwise, a lawman at heart.
Well, that's what it amounts to, even though you was a lawman, but really, being a soldier, you know, it kind of runs hand to hand, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, it does to different families.
I mean,
that's
you
true.
protect the people in your community, and well, I went overseas, and it's you know, works together.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of different.
Same type of justice.
That's exactly right.
Well, I realize I could get more first-hand information, but it don't change the fact that if this man I'm chasing, if he goes to a different county, I have to follow him. And, well, I won't be able to hold my responsibility to the sheriff's department.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're gonna be more like a private detective yourself and go into it in your own way.
I'm afraid so. And I'm just saying I'll be on the move, and most of the time these local citizens on the sheriff's patrol, the sheriff's posse, it's been named both ways,
Yeah,
they'll stay within the community.
that's exactly right, usually. They don't cross over.
Man, I just don't feel that,
You need something more territorial to go in different states and things like that.
well, I couldn't really hold my responsibility to the people that I've committed myself to if I just take off.
Well, that's true. In the one local section, once you get on the chase, you're gonna try to stay with the man,
Right.
no matter what territory he's in. Okay, I understand.
Mr. Williams, please come in. Please come in, sir. Please come in. Good to see you again, sir. Thank you.
Well, you know, I've been doing some investigating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, what I want to tell you, your side of the story checks out. I've talked to people at the cafes, and it
Great.
checks out.
Yes, sir. Been telling the truth. Yes, sir.
But, you know, it's one thing I'm confused about. I mean, why was your wife wearing dress clothes? So this is a report that I got last. Now, why was she wearing dress clothes and tennis shoes? I don't, it puzzles me.
Well, she had a funny diet. Okay, all right. She told me she had to go walk so many miles per day, and then sometimes her daily schedule wouldn't allow her to get it in that day. So after we came back, obviously she just threw on her tennis shoes and decided to go walking in her dress clothes. Makes sense, doesn't it?
You know, I never thought of that. Okay, I appreciate you clearing my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think that we have to trick our suspect into knowing a lot more than what he thinks we do know.
Chuck, the profile of Jack Clinton, the missing persons case that we're working on right now, matches the profile of Jess Lambert, a man that's in prison. I've been comparing the information from Chief Psychiatrist William C. Craig and Jim Benson. Jim is working the streets. So, comparing the two parties, I mean, something just don't seem right. You know, Mr. Meadows, I've talked with the coroner. Now, he ruled the death, your wife's death, strangulation, but that was just his observation. There was no autopsy. No autopsy. Why not?
I do not want my wife's body cut up. No way.
Mr. Mattis, it just seems to me that you are dissatisfied with the way I'm handling this case.
At times, Mr. Williams, you apparently are making me out to be the suspect here. Okay? I want my name cleared. I want some closure.
Well, I'm just trying to rule the family out. They're usually the first suspects, and we can get down to getting the true killer.
Okay?
And maybe, if there's anything on it, maybe the sheriff's office, or maybe the police department can find it. I know the man's habits. I know his hangouts. Yet I don't know everything out in the area, and I thought maybe he might draw me out a road map, and I ride the roads and I'll find as many as I can.
Mr. Williams, you've had more than enough time to make more progress in this case, sir.
You know, Mr. Meadows, I think you're a good man. You're a good man, but I just think you brought me in to fail. I don't believe that you thought that I could solve this case. I think you brought me in to fail.
Are you saying I murdered my wife?
I don't know. What I'm saying, there's a difference between a murderer and a killer. I'm saying if you murdered her, no. Let me phrase it right. If you killed her, I would say you had good reason.
What would that be, sir?
Maybe she tried to kill you. You know, I've been approaching this from the wrong way. I need to do more investigation on your wife.
What type of more investigation, sir?
I'll get to it.
Am I a suspect here?
As things stand now, you are. You know, Mr. Mattis, I just feel that you underestimated me.
I brought you in this case to help clear my name. You're making me out to be the primary suspect here.
Well, as things stand now, you are the prime suspect.
You're fired. I'll tell you what. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Williams. What's my? Listen, I'm writing you a check with an envelope with some cash money in it. All right. I'm sure it'll be well worth your time and effort to help find my innocence. And if you don't cooperate, I've got friends in the sheriff's department with some high-priced lawyers that might be able to convince you to see it my way as well.
Well, I've also got support from the sheriff's office that if you don't cooperate with me, you will have to answer to them. You can talk to me or go down and talk to them. It's your decision, Mr. Meadows. Your decision.
You're fired!
Okay, man, this is what I found out. Mr. Meadows' wife had stabbed a man to death and was sent to a mental hospital. When she got out, she stabbed another man, but it didn't kill him, and she got out of it. I don't know how, but she got out of it. The Mr. Meadows, he didn't find out about this till a while after his marriage. What it is, Mr. Meadows is a writer. He's wanting to get his book published, and I just feel that he's trying to cover this up because it could hurt the publication of his book. Now, what it is, I've got information. And Mr. Charles Meadows' wife was walking across town in dress clothes and tennis shoes to see Jake Lannon. It's just possible they could have gotten some argument or whatever, and maybe she tried to stab Jake, but he could have took that knife away from her and choked her to death. I mean, I don't know. Now recently, Mr. Lannon, he's been sent to prison, but right now, he's been released on parole. So what it is, I don't know that Mr. Lannon is the guilty party. But he would still be the prime suspect over Mr. Meadows. So what I need to do is try to find this man, and if he's not the guilty party, maybe he can help me in the investigation to find out who is guilty. Well, look, man, I've got to get back to work. Thank you for coming. You know, Mr. Meadows, as I explained before, there's a difference between a murderer and a killer.
Right?
Now, I've got reason to believe that your wife was responsible for 2 deaths, 2 people that she's known before.
You have got to be kidding me.
Well,
Do you have any evidence about this?
they were cut up with knives. Cut up with knives. Now, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if we have that knife, and you would be the killer, I feel that in itself, if we just have that knife, I say it was clear, her fingerprints on the knife, or even if they're not. You know, this day and time, you can wipe the blood off of a knife, but it shows up in the lab, you know, over a period of time.
Right, right. Clear her name and clear mine too, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm afraid he wouldn't do a whole lot for her, but he would. All you've got to do is come up with that knife. Come up with that knife.
I'll ask around.
Well, I'm giving you something to think about. I've got reason to believe that you are the killer. Then she came at you with a butcher knife and knocked it away from you, choked her to death. That's what I think.
You can't prove a thing.
You're still on dangerous ground, Mr. Meadows. I would encourage you.
I hired you, Inspector Williams, to clear my name.
Well, look, I'm just going to give you something to think. Mr. Meadows, that knife has been examined into the lab. And the blood stains on the knife match up to the man that your wife killed. It's been traced back. It's been obvious that she tried to kill you, you knocked her knife away from her, choked her. Why didn't you come forward with this information before? You could have been citizen of the month, probably. You stopped a potential serial killer.
I loved her. I loved her. I didn't want her going to jail. I tried to cover up for her. But the way it all played out, I just thought I'd let it ride.
What I'm saying is, I'd encourage you and your wife, but just going to get married, because he's not a jury in this country to convict you, and I understand that your lawyer's fighting for an acquittal, and he'll probably get it.
Okay. Right.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Meadows.
Thank you, Inspector.
It's been good working with you.
Thank you, Inspector.